Now to the important part of the implant planning. Before we do implant planning and choose implants, I would like to show you the implant control icon here on the right. You choose which layout and which images do you want. So I want the panorama, I want the curve tangent or longitudinal view, I want the cross-sectional view, I want the 3D. I can get more options like implant cross 1, implant cross 2, sagittal axial. For example, I need the axial, of course. Okay, so I can get different views as much as I like. I can change the layout. Okay, as you can see here, I can change the layout as I want. I will choose this and I will save the current view. Okay. So now I can start planning. I can move the cuts here. Okay, I will go to the cut that I want to place my implant. So then I can measure the area if I need to. Bone looks very good, of course. I got an easy case just for demo. So I can move, I can just measure. We have here, it's 12 millimeters. It's a huge range, of course. You'll not get cases like this easily. We can measure the vertical dimension, which is here is more important. It's 14 millimeters. Okay, I can place an implant, let's say in the range of 5 by 12. That's enough, more than enough. So let's go and please select the tooth. It's tooth 27 and select implant. Here I have my implants and here I have my favorites. I haven't put any favorites yet. For example, I am using here Biohorizons. I will choose the tapered internal. Tapered internal, for example, or tapered mount free. I will add to the favorites so as not to go through all the implant systems. This is Biohorizon. For example, this is Exocad demo implant. I can go to favorites. I will find my 3 or 4 systems that I marked favorites, and I will choose the implant. Oh, this is tapered short. So let me add another implant. For example, tapered plus. Okay, in the favorites I can find it. I will choose the implant. I want an implant. Here you are the lengths, the widths, and here you are the lengths. I can choose, for example, a 5.8 by maybe 12 or 10.5. Let's see, let's choose 10.5 here. And here you can see the implant. And this white part is called a safety margin for the implant. So if you want to, I can hide the CT from here. I don't need it now. And this is the sinus. Of course, I'm not going to need it. I told you about the sinus before that it's not accurate. So I will hide it. Not this one. Anatomic shapes, no. CT segmentation objects, yes. Now I am hiding the sinus. I don't need it. If you want to increase the length of the implant, you can just, instead of deleting or editing, you can just go and move this part. Now it's 12 millimeters. If you want to increase the size, you can go from here to the next size, 5.8. If you want to decrease it, you can decrease it to 3.8, for example, or 4.6, and so on. Okay, I will put a 4.6 times 12 millimeter length. You can adjust the implant position from the panoramic. You can move it from the axial view. You can move it from here. And if you move through the cut here, look at this cut, you can go to a 360 motion, so you can adjust the implant in any place, in any position. As you can see here, I am moving 360 degrees all around to make sure everything is okay. My prosthesis is in the center. I can change the tilting from mesiodistal direction. Look from this side. I can change the tilting and so on. I can hide the anatomy if I want to see better. Okay, so this is my implant. My safety margin guarantees that I am not injuring any vital structure or any neighboring tooth. And I can proceed. But before proceeding, we have to determine the sleeve. So select surgical component. I'm going to choose which type of sleeve you can work as a pilot with a pilot sleeve just for insertion of the first drill, and you can continue with the freehand, or you can use a fully guided. I will choose the guided sleeves, the fully guided ones. Fully guided. Okay. And here you can find the offsets of the sleeve. We're going to talk about the offsets later in case we're going to do a guide with a universal kit, or a kit that has no library, for example, or a custom kit. So you have the offsets from the connection of the implant till the sleeve. This part is the offset, is from the crest till the neck. Okay, I will choose it, confirm, and you have your sleeve. Make sure you don't have any collisions. Maybe I have to change the implant. I want to make sure there is no collision with the gingiva, with the neighboring tooth, or with any other structure. I want the sleeve to be free of any collision. If you want to select a prosthetic component for immediate load, you can just go and select whatever you like. Okay, I don't need it, it's not an immediate load case, and I can proceed to next. Of course, you cannot change the sleeves offset here. If you want to use a longer drill, you may be able to adjust the offset. I will explain this later in a later tutorial, but the sleeves can be moved up or down according to the case. You can move it according to the offset value. Maybe in a universal kit, we need to increase the offsets according to our drills. So let's go to next. Now you have to read carefully this consent. You have to write, accept and confirm. And I urge you, if you're going to use Exoplan, you have to be an implantologist or a dentist. You have to know some biology and biomechanics. It's not just like designing a restoration. It's far more critical. You have to know some scientific background about the bone, the implants, the vital structures, the sinuses, canals, nasal floor, sublingual foramen, arteries, and so on. So you have to be a doctor or a certified person to do the planning. Okay, I will agree. And I can continue to the next step. Now I can get my report. Here, if you click on the report, you will find all the details that you need. The implant type, the drilling sequence, and so on. Okay. Of course, you can add custom screenshots from the windows. I can show you this in the other tutorials. I showed you how to take a capture at the beginning. I will show you how to insert in the report later. Design surgical guide, or I am done? No, I will continue to designing a surgical guide, of course. That's why I made all this planning, and we'll proceed to the next step with design surgical guides.